Trevor and Theo hitting over 500 to be able to pick up the win over Chase and Miles. Just a 2-set victory for the Miami Mayhem. It was the block and the defense that got it done. What a fantastic location for week 3 of the inaugural league. The Pacific Beach Pier just north of us. And man, our first indoor event right here on the campus of San Diego State at the Viejas Arena. It's fun. We've gotten a chance to see how different this sport has really been played well on the indoor side of the game. As you look to the standings now, the New York Nitro up at the top of the list, and the Miami Mayhem with that last win got their numbers increased just enough to find themselves at the number 3 spot. Again, just the top 4 teams making the championships in Los Angeles. Hi everyone, I'm Cameron Irwin alongside Casey Patterson. We got you up from down below in the sand, and now a chance to really call this one. What are you expecting in this matchup? Because it could be very fun. A chance to see the ladies taking shape. The A-team on the sand.
Yeah, this is exciting because I think Toni and Geena have a great chance to kind of build off some momentum of our last location, right, at UCLA, or the one before that, where they had a really big 3-set win, and you could kind of see a lot of momentum that could tap into their team dynamic for the men and the women. And I feel like this is a good statement. If you can come in and win this game, even if it's in 3, you build a lot of momentum for the second half and get a good push.
These two teams have met just one time. It actually went the direction of Urango and Rodriguez. Let's see if they can get it done back-to-back times. Now sending it to Mark Sherman down on the sand.
The final match of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. First up, the Miami Mayhem, wearing the number 1, the 6'1" defender out of USC. Let me hear it for April Ross. April. She'll get out there eventually. And her partner wearing the number 2, 6'5" blocker out of Stanford, ladies and gentlemen, it's Alix Klineman. They're locked in. They are locked in. And their opponents, your San Diego Smash. Wearing the number 1, the 5'9" defender out of USC, it's Geena Urango. And wearing the number 2, the 6'1" blocker out of LSU, it's Toni Rodriguez.
I'm guessing that L is for LSU more than anything else.
Yes, not calling us losers.
Or hoping to give a loss to the other side. Toni Rodriguez, her block has been formidable throughout league play. They're looking to do some damage, though. The big block on the other side, that's going to be Alix Klineman, as April Ross, the 3-time Olympian, 3-time medalist, gold medalist from Tokyo, alongside Alix, will step back to serve. Last match of the day. Last match of week 3. She goes with the jump top.
I love it.
Quick read for Ross. Urango. Snaps. Is it power?
Oh.
It's an error. What a first point.
That was almost like a practice drill. We're like, okay, I'm going to go line, you run it down. Then you go line, I'll run it down. Just a little warm-up drill.
A little line angle, why not?
Yeah, just flowing. I love April coming out with the jump serve, just kind of, like I've been talking about all week, just kind of set the tone in these fast games. Just get after it.
Mark Sherman saying they were locked in. They were so locked in, they actually missed their own introduction. Kyle Friend in their box, giving them all the great insights and coaching tips.
Wow.
Klineman with the first.
That was cool because her body actually drifted to the line and then she reaches back into the angle. That's tough to read as an attacker, especially if she stays so tall, and then if there's a little drift, I feel like I have space and then I don't. That's tough.
Alix Klineman, the Manhattan Beach native from the South Bay, standing at 6'5". Urango's got to go around it now, and she can't.
Just blocking out the lights. We used to say the sun, but we're not outside of the beach, so blocking out the lights. We used to call that a phone booth as young kids. I don't think anyone knows what that is anymore.
There's only one person that still calls it that, and he's currently on the sand. Kevin Barnett,
I was gonna say
you
Kevin.
and Casey, birds of a feather.
Hey, come on now.
He actually still has a landline in his house.
Yeah, the falsehoods are just piling up with you right now, Cameron. We've only had 4 points. You've told 3 lies.
We're winning the side switch. Here we go.
April Ross. That's not even cross body. That's a full turn.
High turn, too. I think little Ross and Theo are stoked on mom just dominating right now. I love seeing them as moms and all their little boys. I wonder how long it takes until Ross and Theo could beat April and Alix.
That's
a very long time.
I was going to say, if ever. A look to the league format, best of 3 sets, just to 15 points. 1 timeout per team. April Ross and Alix Klineman recently getting married. They also both have sons, to your point. All taking place after their gold in Tokyo.
It's just a lot of amazing things back to back. So cool.
Yeah, seriously, you're winning in life. That's 3 gold medals in a row.
I know. You're just like, and then now we have the AVP League. It just doesn't stop. It
Make
keeps
it
going.
4.
Yeah.
But what a remarkable journey for those two. They've discussed too just how much time they've spent in terms of getting their bodies right, getting back into action. And it's just a different time in their careers, but a chance to compete still at the highest level.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember training at the ASC where all the indoor national team would train, and then a few of us beach players as well. And Alix is on a bike, and she's still playing indoor and kind of talking about beach a little bit. And I was talking about April and referencing her and how she's looking for like a partner for this next quad. And things were, I didn't influence anything, but just having that conversation, I get to look back at that and be like, wow, that was pretty cool. Like I was not a pushing force in that, but just to hear the conversation of Alix kind of thinking about tapping into going on the beach side versus still playing indoor was really cool. And then immediate gold medal. You're like, wow.
I mean, it's incredible to think about the journey as well, starting back in 2018, whether it was at The Hague, that indoor event that they won. There were so many questions. Well, is it just winning because they're playing indoors? No, they solidified that answer as soon as they went off to Austin as well, picking up the win on the AVP. Let's send it down to Kevin Barnett. What you got, Kev?
Well, people often wonder what we're talking about. We say the McKibben brothers are getting us content. We've got Riley McKibben here. Riley, right?
That's correct.
There's 3 of you guys, but you're doing a lot of work. You, Jamison, and Madison are doing a lot of work here with the AVP and capturing content. How did this second content career come about for you?
Oh, man. It's a long story, but basically back in 2017, I broke my hand at the hands of Tim Baumgren. Digging a cut shot, broke my hand. First tournament of the year, I didn't know what to do. And one day I went up to Madison and I was like, we're making a YouTube channel. And then fast forward 7 years, and now we're doing all of the media for AVP.
Yeah, and you guys have done a bunch of different stuff. You've had promotion of different events. You had a 4-man down in Texas that was successful. You, of course, had the YouTube channel. Now you're doing content here. What's your favorite part of what you've been into post-playing?
Honestly, I think, well, number one, now that we can't play, it's great that we can still be a part of the sport and help it grow. And I think like right now, what we're really trying to do is exactly that. Apply everything that we've learned the past 7 years and dedicate it all to the sport. So we love the direction the AVP is going in. I think it's so different that it could be amazing. And yeah, we're just really excited, and we're dedicating every piece of energy and focus to helping the sport grow.
All right, we just saw Trevor and Chase. That whole matchup got back together. That happened in Chicago. What amazed me about that was how quickly you guys had that up on the internet. That happened, and I felt like 30 seconds later, it was already on the AVP Instagram. Tell me about the workflow of getting from something happens on court, you want to get it up as quickly as possible. How do you make that happen?
I mean, if we're going to get technical with it, basically, we have about 3 videographers out there, and when someone gets something great, they just give a thumbs up. They run it over here, and we just put it into the software and edit it up really quick and try to get it up as fast as we can.
How do you divide up all the duties here between you 3 brothers?
Honestly, Jameson is the best videographer, so he's always on camera. I do most of the editing, and Madison is the communicator. He is solving all the issues. Actually, he's not here tonight because he's prepping for the next event in Austin, Texas next week. So we just try to divide and conquer and put people in places that they're best at what they do.
All right, keep up the good work and keep enjoying it out there on the AVP Instagram as well as their channels. Where else do people need to catch you?
Just the McKibben brothers.
McKibben brothers. All right, give it a look.
He wasn't kidding about the amount of work that
much
they have done and just the incredible amount of eyes that they've gotten on the AVP just within the last year alone. I mean, we go back to the hotel last night and they're up till 2 a.m., 3 a.m. putting content together.
They're just starting. Yeah, that's the hard part about videography and editing. You know, you're in for the first 3 hours having fun, and then it's another 8 of editing.
April Ross with an open net and a look as she takes some pace off. But if you're liking all the content on AVP, you know where to find the McKibben brothers. Go share some love. We know you guys are in the comment section.
They're such good storytellers, and they truly love the game that it changed the game. Once they got involved in that content side, it really did for the better.
For everyone.
For everyone.
What a pickup from Ross. And she is the boss.
She is feeling it. Her timing's great. She's balanced. She's getting her feet to the ball, not relying on her past super physicality, right? She's on her way back from having kids and not playing, and that's the hardest part is the expectation, and she's just flowing.
Seems like she's getting into a better rhythm every time she steps on the court.
Yeah, just from watching all of her side outs so far, her spacing and timing, keeping her vision, no matter where the set is, has been really, really good. Almost as if she's got 3 medals at 3 Olympics.
Yeah, and it's so funny because when you think about those 3 medals, it almost goes overlooked. She's also a back-to-back NCAA champion in indoor at SC.
Right.
She's even the Pac-10 Player of the Year back in 2003. I mean, the accolades are plenty on her side.
Yes. I love that play by Geena and Toni. I feel like good scoop, good rhythm on offense. I think Gina's going to really have to utilize that hand wrap and locations in that space because Alix is so big and already set the tone with her block. It's going to be tough to kind of power your way through.
Alix Klineman, also a 4-time AVCA All-American. Played at Stanford. Rodriguez, her numbers as a blocker have been impressive, whether she's at the net or the service line. She pairs the 2 skills together so well.
Yeah, I think that they complement each other, right? If you serve real tough, not to look back, but like a Phil, when he was playing at his best, he was the best server and the best blocker, the best everything else. But those 2 things complement each other so well that it just frees up every other part of your game, and then you can be free to side out.
Gosh, I missed that serve.
It's so good.
Another scoop. Light touch, and she nearly had another. April Ross playing some defense right now.
She's got at least like 8 scoops of ice cream so far. She's just scooping left and right.
I was wondering. Casey, you always talk about scoops of ice cream. What's your favorite?
I can't even have ice cream. That's the best part.
You can't?
Lactose intolerant.
No.
Can't have dairy at all. So it's it's just a phrase to use for media.
The irony. Oh gosh. Free frozen yogurt? Can you have frozen yogurt?
Yeah, there we go. We're fine with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't flow as well.
Yeah. Anything? Yeah, it doesn't sound cool. Free soft serve. Like that doesn't sound cool. Oh, that floater is dancing.
Out of the net, and Klineman. Big step close, and it looked like they were in I formation.
Yeah. It's so tough to play a team like Alix and April who have weapons. They individually have so many weapons, and then together they complement each other so well. I mean, Alix's serve, she's hitting at just this like perfect speed where it's moving but dancing a lot more than you feel like it should.
Well, and her contact point's so high. Jump float, net stealing that one away. Both of these teams currently sitting at 1 and 2 in league play. Alix and April started off, though, last week in week 2 with a win over Mel and Brandy in straight sets to a win.
They're gamers. Look, they know how to clutch up. They're just like, oh, everyone's talking about the silver medals? Let's go, you know?
Melissa Humana-Paredes, Brandy Wilkerson also in action in league play. Silver medalist from the Paris Games. Alix and April then went on to play TKN. Jared Close, Kristen Nuss. It was an 0-2 loss there. And then yesterday, Haley Harward and Kylie the Berg were on a riot.
They were playing so well.
They ended up 1-2 against them.
It was fun watching Kylie in person. I haven't really watched her that much until today. And she hit one over Alix and down that was pretty incredible. And I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah. It's like hitting over the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay.
Plenty of space for the Mayhem here with their first set point. Rodriguez finds the high hands.
I mean, April's feeling it. That she's not only hitting good spots, but hitting it hard. Look at Theo getting down there. Good.
His two little ones.
I love it. He was talking to his girls when they were getting interviewed, like, just wait a little bit longer.
Love it. The first set to the Miami Mayhem. They've got fans, whether it's their own teammates or the little ones and their family.
Yeah, baby, that is right. It is time. Ladies and gentlemen, I could not be happier to be right here, right now. We're in Austin, Dallas, Texas, for San Diego. Get involved and have a reaction out here.
How about a little magic, huh?
The AVP League is brought to you by Wilson, the official ball of the AVP. April Ross, the story of set 1 here in San Diego. As they face the San Diego Smash, she is hitting 667 individually, rising that team percentage to 545. She's 6 of 9, 0 errors.
The transition attacks, too, have added to that. She got, what, how many digs? And then, I mean, she is all around dominating. 4.
She's got 4 digs to her name as well. And don't forget, of course, about the Klineman block. She added 2 stuff blocks into the mix, 2 points on her side as well. They are definitely playing keep away, though. She's only seen 2 attempts at the attacking phase of the game. For Urango and Rodriguez, there needs to be a shift, a ton of defense on the other side. Urango currently at negative 182 and Rodriguez at 200. How do they change the tide here?
It's so hard when you play against a team who came out, got 2 blocks right away, 2 dig and converts, really tough serving. You feel like you're immediately just thrown on your heels, and you have to play just like kind of don't make an error. You know, like that's the thing is like, all right, how do we just not make errors and get into a rhythm? And then they never give you that gap to get some momentum, so you're just suffocating the whole time. So for them, it's I feel like for Toni, it's okay, establishing my distance. Do I pull off a set that's maybe a little bit farther and stay more often, let Geena do her thing and get into a rhythm? And then, of course, it's always get into a serving rhythm and create something for yourselves. I think that always sets the tone right away to get you confident.
You know, it's interesting. As much as you discuss some of the technical and execution aspects, I imagine as an athlete, too, there are some mental triggers for you to change.
Yes, a lot of mental triggers, and I feel like for me, it was always kind of using the crowd. I used a lot of people that were talking positive or negative, and you would use that for motivation, and then it would help distract me from maybe how I was feeling, and then I could go back in and be like, no, I'm gonna go get this ace, you know? And so it helped me kind of goldfish, like 3-second memory, you know, really quick in and out.
I feel like for the duo from the San Diego Smash, it might be a little bit of chatter, some displays of emotion in terms of that competitive energy.
Yeah.
Toni Rodriguez, if she gets a block, watch for that. That could be the difference maker.
Oh,
how about the cut? Urango.
And it's going to be a lot of rallies like that, right? It's going to be, hey, we're not going to finish it in one try. We're going to have to really grovel and grind this game to go to 3. And that mindset, for sure, at first, if you come in with that mindset, then it doesn't surprise you that balls aren't going down.
Tough serve through the middle, and Rodriguez even just kind of hiding under the net, making her presence felt.
I love the little awkward amount of time she took before she served. And we talk about that was when I played with Stafford Lab, we talked about wrinkles and adding time warp type of wrinkles and disrupting the flow of the other team, right? And what are things I can do to disrupt little pockets of time?
That's so interesting. I would have never thought about it from the service line, giving yourself an extra second. Like you think about it as a sand timeout, right? Or like you do the slow walk on the turn, but
wipe the glasses. All those little tricks are just time disruptors. How do I get control of the scenario? What can I use? And these are all my tools I can use.
That might be one of the sneakiest ones.
Yeah, just the hold.
Just the hang and hold.
Before the serve.
Good pass. And right into the corner.
I love it. Get slimy and dirty. Just get weird.
Kevin Barnett, where are you?
The magic is behind TV, right? We have cameraman Cliff here. You may have been, if you have a keen eye, noticed the umbrella off the end line here. Cliff, do people spit on the cameraman often?
Sometimes.
It doesn't rain indoors, man. What's with the umbrella?
Sometimes it does. You got to protect yourself. You got to be prepared.
Just in case there's a leak in the roof.
Just in case. So I'm kind of in the middle of a show right now.
Well, I understand that. You're a professional. I get it. I do wonder what makes a good cameraman. Like, what are you looking for here on the end line shot?
You know, I'm trying to do a show here.
Not having Instagram.
I get the feeling
yelling at me because I'm missing my shot right now.
So here's how it goes. The director wants a shot from the cameraman. The producer wants me to talk to the cameraman. And there is the conflict.
Yeah, well, hence TV. There's no doubt about that. Kevin, you missed the best part. Cliff, his bio thrown up on the screen as well. It says 0 Instagram followers.
Sometimes things don't go as planned.
We need to change that.
Sometimes.
Yeah. That's why he's so focused. He doesn't have all the distraction. I'm a little jealous.
Look at how many
5-2,
cameras we have.
and check this out. This is actually Cliff's shot while he's talking.
Yeah, it's the slow-mo. Perfect.
I mean,
what a professional.
What a multitasker.
He's been on the sand longer than I have, I think. I've seen him ever since I've been playing.
The best part is he's listening to us right now.
Yeah.
Still laser focused in.
Yeah, the reverse swap hawk, yes. The new trend. I'm gonna have to work on mine.
You can see Geena Urango making some adjustments alongside Toni Rodriguez. They have the 3-point lead here, forcing the timeout. This is what we've seen time and time again through the first 3 weeks of play. A 3-point differential. Well, it's time to slow things down in the box. But so far, so good for those two.
You can even tell just in the way they're communicating with coach and talking to each other. They score that last 2 or 3 points, right? A little bit of a run, so there's that confidence. And it's crazy how that's the only difference, is that you just feel like you're better. You can do the same player. I feel like that's where these little spurts of momentum and disruption of time helps you have that more consistently.
Right back down.
Great timing, too. I love her letting Alix kind of get up and feel confident and wait, and then go get on her way up.
The Tiger, just 6'1", but can throw down with the best of them.
Such a good hang. Yeah, there's a pocket of time. You let the attacker jump, let her hips pop, then you go. Toni's so good at that.
Good patience from Urango on defense.
Yes. And that, as a defender, her timing and her reads and patience and how her body language is makes me confident and flow. And now Geena's just back here reading versus trying to hope and guess.
Look at the footwork here.
The set, the footwork. Such a good swing.
Largest margin for the San Diego Smash. And she was really looking for it from the service line, too. I feel like she's upped her level and pace just in this second set.
Yeah, a little burst of confidence, a little bit of a flow, and you make a couple of good plays. I think that toss just got a little to her left, and so she tried to fix it. I love it. I love it. I feel like it's just rattling them just enough to where they now have to think about something besides just being unstoppable on offense and have fun on D. Like Alix and April have to start considering that and respecting it.
Down the line to Ross. Line. There's some fun defense from Urango. Can she?
The
Not
kick.
enough core.
You gotta find some leverage. The kick. The sprinting kick. That's what, you don't have time or room with your arm.
Is that still one of your all-time favorite highlights?
Oh,
your
for
kick
sure.
save?
Oh, for sure.
It doesn't get better than that,
It was
does
so fun. I was like, wow, this is far away. I'm gonna keep going. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here. I made it.
Nonetheless, on a pier, too, in New York City.
Yeah.
On a floating court. That still might be my favorite venue. Bounces back to Klineman.
Nice, Toni. So good.
Unload. I was talking to these two about their wardrobe choices because they have stripes on everything. So whether it's their biker shorts, they had the skirts on yesterday, all the same thing. They purchased them together, of course. If you're wondering, Abercrombie.
Oh, making a comeback.
Throwing it back.
It's back.
90s and 2000s. Tight ball. No problem.
Never thrice. Never 3 times on 2. You get the first 2 for free. Then April's going to read that. It's even a good read by Toni. She just was a little bit late on getting on top of it. It's always a good swing on the right when you got a little bit of a lean to go that deep middle because it's hard to read and usually tool the blocker. The Jake Gibbs special.
Huge jump from Rodriguez. She's looking for the option. You could see the eye work.
I love it. Yeah, just a little, even the peep, right, the side eye, and Alix has to respect it for a half second.
You saw a 5-0 run for Rodriguez and Urango. That's the second that they've accomplished in league play.
The first one was in our first event, right? When they made that little bit of a push. That was a fun match.
Back at UCLA, the tennis center. Somehow, Rodriguez and a net violation.
On the follow through.
A gift.
Oh my gosh.
When your arms are just simply too long.
Wow, yeah, you can't control the brakes. The brake pads are a little worn.
We have not had a 3-set match today.
So for me, anytime a ball was that tight, I would just use my fist because I didn't have to follow through. You could just pop, just snap it.
Added an ace.
Her middle serving has got him in trouble the last 3 plays. It's incredible.
And it's not just the last 3 plays. Her middle serve has been destructive through the league play. Think back to that first event at UCLA. Like, that's how she scored so many points.
She's found that there's like a specific speed where the ball actually floats more, and I think she just can really get a good job of like living in that realm of speed on her float.
This team has a win over Cannon and Kraft. It's a 3-set victory. Took a 3-set loss to Flint and Scholes. And that's just a different contact point between those two.
As I'm down, I'm Toni blocking him, like, what do I even do here? I can't pull him too late. I can't get up and meet her. Dude, I would feel hopeless on that approach.
Take a half step back, soft block.
Like a defensive block off the net.
April, come on. April. Retreating again. Beautiful set. Oh, you knew that spelled trouble as soon as it came off the platform.
I love that April tried to really go for that last one, though. You could see just a little tension because she wanted to hammer that thing just top of the tape. I love her timing, though. Everything looks smooth. And what do you do against that? You just have to recycle. It's a Vertlick style throwback.
Yeah, exactly. I got you. If you are the Miami Mayhem, you're switching sides here. Gotta try and build something into set number 3.
Yeah, your mentality just right. Get some rhythm. Get into a good flow. Maybe squeak it out on some magical run, but that's for sure the key. Momentum into the third.
Urango upping her service pressure in this matchup. Has 2 aces to her name. Push set.
Such a good timed block by Toni, too. And April's so good at hiding that because she has that same body language and then goes to her like under and around cutty on her fade. So you have, it's so hard to read, but Toni staying there, leveraging the line, that was smooth.
Yeah, I know that cut shot, exactly what you're talking about, keeping those shoulders in the line and then dropping it. Good touch. She had a clean look.
It's the right choice, too. It's such the right choice. That's where you just, I wish I had like a half step closer to the ball so I get a little bit more time on it. But I think I'm talking, if I'm Geena and Toni, like, hey, keep going. That's the right play.
Rodriguez from the right. Has to go. She's getting a hand on everything.
Affecting every play. That's a stat that we started taking a little bit more, like paying attention to, was even if we didn't score, did we affect the play positively? And it worked out well because even if I don't score, my timing's good. And it keeps me positive within a negative, you know, an outcome.
13-10, timeout taken. Kevin Barnett, what do you have?
Okay. All right, I got a question here. You know how a con man or, say, a fortune teller will read people? Where are you guys from?
Here in San Diego.
Here in San Diego, but you're like full South Bay gear. What's going on?
Full South Bay?
Yeah, what's the Yard? The Yard is in Hermosa Beach. Shellback Tavern is in Manhattan Beach.
No, this is a gym at North Park.
North Park? Okay. What's your name?
Dan.
What brings you out?
Just to cheer on some friends.
Who's your friends?
Miles Evans.
Nice. Okay, wait, what was that from over here?
Miles Evans was my first beach coach in Santa Barbara. I grew up there, so we support him.
So we got Santa Barbara roots with the Manhattan Beach hat. We got the gym down here. You guys are all over Southern California.
Absolutely.
Okay, where do you play?
South Mission primarily.
Okay. How's the game down there?
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, you ever played down here?
No, and I have not. I have not. Only up in the South Bay area in Malibu. But who's the best player down here?
Gabe Dominguez. Two-time.
He's here with you?
Championship. Yeah, 2-time Natty champ. The Ohio State.
The Ohio State, that's right. They were good back then, back-to-back. Very good, very good. So what are your reactions to the league out here? I know we got a couple points to go.
It's a blast. People should come out.
Okay, right on. Thanks, Dan.
He's not wrong about the South Mission Beach. You can find a handful of courts down that way. You're fighting at about 6 a.m. with sand socks on to get one on the weekend, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, don't you get in trouble for setting up your own net too? You like almost have to.
You gotta get deep.
Yeah,
You gotta go
I've heard
deep.
about that.
There's a handful of locations. You gotta watch out. Very territorial.
Yeah. Locals only.
It is.
Yeah.
There's a couple courts like you do not touch that net. I will tell you.
Yeah. That's how I felt court 1 in Huntington. First time I ever went, I felt like, oh, I had to go bounce some few balls up on pier to get like, oh, I guess you can come play, you know.
You gotta earn your stripes.
Yeah, you got to prove yourself.
That block from Klineman, another. She goes back to back.
Oh,
jump. When have we seen that?
And it was an early jump to on her way down set. That's even harder. Oh, I love it.
I didn't know she had that.
I don't think Geena did either. She's like, oh, okay, I gotta go.
That's when you look at your partner and say, way to be an athlete.
Yeah, thank you for just being ready.
Set point for the San Diego Smash to send this to a third.
Skyball, I love that.
Maybe not the time for it.
Yeah.
Tough serve. And the smash. Pull yet again against April Loss. They did it several times in the second set.
Yeah, they disrupted her timing and vision. She was so comfy with Toni staying early on that now that she pulled, but a late pull is hard because she's there for a long time, right? And then I see her, and then I don't, and then I spray because I can't find her. It's good timing, good tactic.
Nice tactics from Toni Rodriguez as a blocker. Our first 3-set matchup between the San Diego Smash and the Miami Mayhem this weekend. Cameron Irwin alongside Casey Patterson. This is week 3 action, and we knew that this would be an evolution from week 1 all the way to the championships. What have you seen through the first 3 weeks of play in terms of some themes that have played out?
Yeah, I see, you know, the seats are full. Both days here, it's been amazing. I feel like there's a lot of people that are watching. They're chirping more. I feel like they're getting more comfortable. I've got so many reviews and people telling me that they love the visual and the sound, right? Hearing the ball and the impact of the visual and being able to see everything so clearly has been amazing.
It's been surely fun to watch, and the brand of volleyball, because of the shallow sand with the built-in court, we are seeing explosive attacks, tough serves. I mean, the game has truly changed, and even from a defensive standpoint, I spoke to Sarah Hughes about this, and she said some of the angles defensively, like, you are having to get further and closer to the net because of the angle of attack.
Yes, you have to adapt because guys they have the angles. Everybody can go straight down or wrap over. So yeah, you've got to add that to your resume, right? You got to throw that in and be like, all right, I got to go shallow and deep, and everybody's loving it because there's so many more highlights, right? Everyone's flying.
When you think about the AVP and the number of tour stops around the country and the natural courts, whether you're in Hermosa Beach, Manhattan Beach, Huntington Beach, everything plays a little differently. And that is still the case in league play in terms of obviously the shallow sand, but for the first time we're in an indoor arena as opposed to being outside. No wind, no sunshine, but it is definitely having an impact in terms of the physicality and the athleticism of these athletes. As you see the numbers now on screen, the team hitting efficiency 346, that's dropped now for the Miami Mayhem. San Diego Smash at 086. Again, that's a collection of both the first and the second set.
Right.
So a little bit of an adjustment into set 2 as you look to the season schedule. Casey, you're not just coaching, you're hanging out with us as well. Where's your next stop?
I'm going to be in Austin. I mean, even if I'm not invited, I'm going to Oceanside and Anaheim and Dallas and LA.
Casey, I think you have a permanent invitation on the AVP.
Oh, I've missed it so much. It's so good to be back just after a little time off and just kind of breathe, coach the kids, and then you remember how magical this is. It's crazy how fun and interactive it's been. It's been amazing.
Talking to Casey Patterson, the Olympian. He has over 20 career titles as a beach volleyball player as well. Giving you all the fun insights as well as the entertainment value, which you can guarantee anytime you see Casey Patterson. Third set underway. First point to the San Diego Smash. There's April Ross.
There she is.
So where are you looking? We talked about for Rodriguez some of the pulling of April Ross.
Yeah.
Does she continue that here in the third? Is that what's going to work?
It's hard because she has to respect that one. Anything within 10 feet, she has to respect. I think anything out, you kind of play with your early pull or your late pull, and then also your location. I think that's what I would be doing if I was Toni, kind of looking for that space. But like you mentioned before, this is the the first indoor arena, right, of the league, and so I think outdoor would probably favor Geena and Toni a little bit more because they love using that wind, and Geena serve in the wind and Toni serve. So I think that's where this going three is interesting.
Gosh, that serve seems to be just as nasty. Oh, they both end up on it. Scary moment there, nearly a collision.
April with a very stern no one.
That's one adjective you could use.
I think I would have put it away and said, "Stop yelling at me," as I'm putting it away. Jokingly, of course.
I like there was a no one call and she still a little poke.
Pokey, short, that'll work.
Third set still to 15. That's just too easy. April Ross walked into that and stormed into that swing.
Her on two timing, every time she does go on two, they've both done it standing, right? And so now April and Alex are just looking for that. So if Toni's going to continue to do that and create some space, she's got to maybe change up the look. Throw a little jump in, maybe fake, then go back.
Lead on the first switch for April Ross. She is 2 of 2 in set 3 as an attacker. Heard the switch call. April Ross sliding.
Great dig by Geena.
Does she swing?
Oh, got it.
Off the forearm.
Indoor players aim for their elbows. Side out quote.
Not just indoor players, those over 6'4".
Yeah.
There's that sound you're talking about, Casey. That crispness.
It's so cool. It hits different down there.
Urango and Rodriguez on the receive here. For Urango, she was at -182 in the first set. Second set, 091, so she moved to positive numbers. But it was behind the play of Rodriguez, 3 kills on 8 attempts. She also added 2 aces to the mix.
That line-to-line serve is one of the hardest balls to pass in the game. I hate it. John Mayer used to light me up with that thing. It's so hard to time and then also angle back, but not lift too far. It's always either too far or you shank out of bounds.
Well, it's the weapon of choice for Alix Klineman. She used it yesterday against Kylie DeBerg as well.
Yeah.
But from the opposite side.
Great swing. I love that vision because she doesn't have to look for the vision. It's in her peripheral as she's swinging. That means your spacing's just dialed, and that's what April's doing in that first game. I felt like she was just, the space was perfect.
One to the switch.
Oh, that just fell off the table. Oh my God.
I mean, it may not be line to line, but that is right at her midline.
Yeah.
Kevin, where are you?
I'm hanging out with the littles over here. We got another guy climbing. I got Warren and Luke. And what's your name?
Wesley.
Wesley?
Wesley.
Okay. How old are you guys?
I'm 8, Wesley's 5, and I'm 9.
9. So you're the old guy in the group, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What, is this the first time you've been to volleyball?
Yes.
And what do you think?
It's kind of cool. Well, so I like looking at the scoreboard. It's kind of funny, like I always do that.
Okay, it's kind of cool. What would make it even cooler?
I mean, I think it's great.
Okay, well, good. Luke, what's the hat all about over here?
I don't know.
Are you a baseball player?
No.
Volleyball player?
Basketball.
Basketball player. Okay. Would you like to play volleyball now?
Yeah, kind of.
What's this gentleman bothering you for? What does he need? Is this a younger brother?
Yeah, no, he's his younger brother.
Okay. And you guys all hang out?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, gents. Enjoy the game.
Hey, it's all about growing the game, Kevin. Nice work. It sounds like you've got a couple more volleyball players getting thrown into the mix.
Kind of, maybe.
Kind of, maybe you do. I'm thinking about watching this point on the Jumbotron, though. Oh, there's an eye formation. Oh, they had to get it back.
That was incredible.
6-7, this match down by 1. Look at this defense.
Little pinball, pachinko machine, ding, 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 just through the, through the thing. I always liked the big screen too, but when I was on it, I liked looking up to the big screen too, so I agree with that.
Oh my.
Massive hit.
Alix Klineman from the top floor.
So tough when she gets on that. She gets close to April so she can stay nice and long and tall. And then that was my favorite swing on that same play. You just go high corner right there. It's so hard to stop because even if you're there, it's just a tool off the block.
I just love the competitiveness of her.
Yeah.
You can see it every
Just
time
bah.
she's,
Yeah.
the turn and scream. Actually, she recently posted on Instagram a picture of her son, Theo, doing the same thing, but I think he was waiting for some of her risotto.
He was just
He
hungry.
was angry, he just wanted it.
Yeah.
Alix Klineman, one of the, well, not just one of, she is the best chef on the AVP. There's no questions about it.
She's a foodie. I love following her just for that. Like, what is she eating today? What is happening? This is incredible.
I asked her if ice cream like that, would I get some risotto?
Yeah.
She told me yes. They're pulling, now she's attacking.
Yeah, it's tough. I feel like April's done a good job of balancing out, coming into the middle, and then also going to the pin. And so that puts Toni in a position where you kind of just have to make a call and hope it's the right thing versus be very sure of what you're doing.
Yes, that's on 2.
You're gonna hear the communication about the on-2. Back set, and a cut from the left. A little surprising in terms of Urango's numbers efficiency-wise. I mean, you have to consider the context with Alix Klineman and April Ross, one of the best defenders and blockers in the world. But coming into this, her numbers were actually pretty high. 5.75 kills per set. There's the cut.
The land and shoot. That was amazing. Get her up, be tall. So tough as Toni because she still could kind of snap at high angle, so you have to respect it and just stay.
Line to line, back to Urango. No, she changes it. Defense set up perfectly, as well as the offense.
So good. And that's what the teams that win gold medals, the teams that win championships, they add little wrinkles here and there and trust the process, right? April trusting and walking into that line shot.
Nice last 2 steps from April Ross. Probably one of the best in terms of getting her feet underneath the ball and how dynamic. It's almost as if instead of a right-left, she just throws the feet under at the exact same time.
Yeah, her ability to close that gap between her last 2 steps and the ones before are incredible, and that's why it's always on her right shoulder. She always has range. It's tough as Toni, waiting and waiting and waiting, and then you get served near the end. You're like, ugh, I've been waiting for this. I need to side this out.
Well, if you're enjoying all the action here in week 3 of the inaugural league, join us next week in Austin at the HEB Center at Cedar Park. Chance to see the Brooklyn Blaze, the La Lounge, the LA Launch, and the Palm Beach Passion, as well as the Austin Aces. They will be the home team in week 4. Another chance to be right back indoors. Nice going back to back. See, they like being on on the Jumbotron
They love
too.
it. Yes, everyone loves it. With their parachute on too, incredible.
Everyone enjoying the AVP action. Last match, last set of week 3. 11-8 for the Miami Mayhem. San Diego Smash sit at 1 and 2.
It's still a match too with this side out and get a reel and things get real dicey and stressful for everybody.
Last serve from Klineman went cross court. This time back to the line. April Ross. Once more, the transition play.
Good. Her transition's so money. And you saw Geena take that peek even late, like, what's gonna happen? Is April gonna move? Is Alix gonna dive into it? What's she gonna do? And then it just causes that little bit of hesitation and just float it right to April.
Would you say April Ross has the best rhythm or timing of defense on the women's side?
Yeah, she does a really good job of utilizing all those different forms of defense and staying in flow. I would agree.
There's a reason she is a 3-time medalist. Gold, silver, and bronze, all to her name. They need more than one reel here.
Yeah, we need to get in a little rhythm and run. Maybe a trickle ace, then you get a deflection ace, then you just convert one, things get fun.
You think Rodriguez goes right back to the middle?
Why not? I would. Right now, I would just be like, green light it, Toni, go for it. Let's be heroes.
Isn't there a song?
Yes, we could play.
They keep it on their side, and that's just OT. There's no stopping it.
She's kind of out of system there. April's rushing to the net to save that and keeps it tight, and then it's almost worse. April just goes, or Alix just goes right over the top.
Mayhem 2 away.
Oh.
That was an April Ross serve, if I've ever seen one, just barely missing, but the power and the spin that she is able to get.
Yeah, she loaded up on that. You could see her just so much torque.
That's 2020 April Ross right there.
Yeah.
A nice vintage. Oh. As is that from Alix, Klineman, Theo Brunner, Trevor Crabb. They picked up the 2-set victory for the Miami Mayhem in the men's match. They're looking to close this one out with another victory to their league standings. Push set well to the left and the left hand.
How many times has that saved her? But it's in control. It's like almost at this point, she does it on purpose, puts herself under that. That was incredible. Yeah, Trevor was talking earlier. I talked to him after their match. He said he was listening to the broadcast where I said that Miles and the Taylors and Andy were the top 2 teams. And that fueled his fire. And I said I did that for Theo because I knew you needed to play well.
I love it. Match point remains for the Mayhem.
Serve.
Even better pass from April. And the win to the Mayhem. Exactly. I like that. That was a giddy Theo Brunner right there.
Yeah.
He just gave a little jump.
Yep.
What in the world?
He's blocking well. He's celebrating wins that aren't even his.
This is a new Theo Brunner we're seeing. He said he's playing, what, like he's 10 years younger? Well, he's celebrating like that in the same regard.
Like he's 10. I've never seen him celebrate like that.
April Ross, Alix Klineman, there's the camaraderie for the Miami Mayhem. A very solid Sunday for them, as you see. A look to today's lineup. It was a bunch of 2-set matches until this last and final, the San Diego Smash, dropping that 3rd set to the Miami Mayhem. And it's time to update the standings as we will now move to week 4. The New York Nitro finally a blemish on their standings. The loss for Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander, but nonetheless, the Miami Mayhem solidified that number 3 spot at 5-3. To Mark Sherman now.
Down here with the winners, everybody, April and Alix. Now, what a match, and it was a bit of a roller coaster. Set number one, you took control. They took control in the second. What did you guys do to get that advantage back in set three?
I think we just went back and we decided we're gonna play our game. We got a little antsy when they got their aces, and they're a great serving team, so we just had to say, you know, like, let's even the boat and stick with it and know that we can come back no matter what. It's kind of just setting that resolve.
Yeah, and you guys were absolutely, that's a great word for it, resolve. Yes, you were resolved to win this one. You improved to 5-3. You had your boys there. You're halfway through the regular season. How you feeling about your performance so far in the league, Alix?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy that we turned it around this weekend. It was make or break for us today, and the boys pulled through, and we pulled a match out today, so feeling good. I think there's going to be a lot of tiebreakers in this league standing, so we know that, you know, every match really, really matters.
Absolutely, every match. It goes by win-loss record, but making it to set three, winning 1 and 2 or 3, everything matters here in the league, every point, and that's why it's so fun. Congratulations, Alix and April.
Miami Mayhem.
Yeah, Miami Mayhem indeed. Give it up for the Mayhem, everybody. April and Alix get the final win here in San Diego.
They understood it was make or break as they were at the middle of the standings. Now up to the number 3 spot. Coming up, it's going to be Austin in week 4. You're not going to want to miss another chance to see the AVP League in its first year. Thanks for joining us here for Echo Entertainment. Kevin Barnett, myself, Cameron Irwin, and of course, Casey Patterson and Mark Sherman. This has been week 3. We can't wait to see you in the Lone Star State next week.